Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I make scrapbooking process videos and also do live scrap and chats every month. I hope you enjoy my little corner of the big crafty world, and if you'd like to watch more, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to always know when I have a new video. If you could also give me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Alright everyone, let's start scrapping!
Hey everyone, so today I have a one-page layout for you. I am using the leftovers of what I have left of the Kate and Ash line from Simple Stories. It's a very lady in her early 20s or super duper girly girl type layout collection filled with icons and stuff of that. And I use it mainly for Xanthi, my cat. But I also actually really bought it for my best friend / housemate, who is a girly girl woman and also a hairstylist, and a lot of the items had to do with hair and makeup and stuff. So I don't have a lot of the paper left, but I have a ton of the embellishments. So what I'm going to do is use another line with a super similar color aspect and use up some of those embellishments with that because I have very little actual paper left. So while I've been chattering about that, what I've been doing is looking for a piece of colored cardstock. I started off with what I have left from Close to My Heart, but I didn't find anything that really worked, so I went to just my other random colors of cardstock, and what I did was chose 3. 2 of them are Color Vibe from Simple Stories, and that rosy colored one is just, I have no idea, to be honest. It could be Basil, it could be Close to My Heart that I just didn't put away correctly, but what I'm going to end up going with actually is this peach color from Simple Stories, Color Vibe. I don't know what it's actually called. It may be sherbet, but it may be peach. I do not remember, to be completely honest. I made this a while back and then ended up not making videos for a while, like not even putting anything up on YouTube. So this has been sitting on my computer for about almost 5 weeks. Yeah, I made this back in November. So I'm like, I don't necessarily know what's going on here. I do go ahead and mat the photo on that polka dotted paper with the dark pink corally color, and then I see that this triangle layered paper will do nicely as kind of an offset mat. And so I just get that trimmed down to the size I need it to be, and I offset that over on the right hand side. And then I have this large piece of scrap paper that is a mint and white mini polka dot, but the polka dots aren't symmetrical. They're kind of like, looks almost like snow, but it's not. So that's what I choose to do another mat on. I'm going to do several mats actually on this. So I go ahead and get that set down as well. And I'm just trying to offset everything slightly. And that's just a way I like to do things. Sometimes I like to what I call box things up, where I layer things right centered. But sometimes I really enjoy an offset. And often, more often than not, I prefer an offset versus a completely lined up layout. I'll do a grid layout, and I did a grid layout actually just recently. You'll see the video in a little while. But I do grid layouts, but I prefer slightly off kilter layouts personally. Whatever one likes, does most often. So I get this icon paper, and I'm going to use that as a final mat. I don't remember now if I add something else. I was super excited to use that paper. I don't even know why. I just really was. And then the large polka dot, I cut a strip off, and that's going to go close to the bottom, along with that piece over at the right of the matching polka dot paper that was the first mat. Those are going to get lined up at the bottom. Now, this actually may have been a sketch from the Ellie Studio Sketch to Finish. Once again, I did this so long ago, I do not remember. I will go ahead and link the book in the bottom because I believe it actually is. And the only reason I say that is I do not normally put strips of paper at the bottom of the page. It's not something I like think about doing on a normal basis. So that seems more to me something that and it seems very LA Studio like in their designs. So I'm pretty sure this is a sketch to finish from volume number 5. I've been working on it off and on. I've decided to stamp on my page, which is very unusual for me. I have these floral stamp sets, this floral stamp set with sentiments for friendship, I believe it is. That is from Close to My Heart. And then I pulled out 2 of my Concord and Ninth stamp ink pads. One in, I want to say, the lighter one is grapefruit. I know that. The darker one, I don't remember if that's poppy or another color. I'll have to wait until I close it up to see because I do not remember. As I said, a couple weeks ago. And so I'm going to take one of the stamps and I did it in that darker color. And then I take this stamp and I'm just making sure it's going to be seen. What does that say? Sorbet. Okay, so that's called sorbet. Poppy is more of a red. And I just kind of layer them over each other. Now, if I'd been thinking, I would have done another one so it kind of poked out of the upper right hand side of the photo, but I didn't, and it's fine. I actually kind of like it, just the one statement stamping piece. And then when I put this paper down, I put it over far too much on the left. I should have zhuzhed it over to the right a little bit. I don't know why it matters. It really doesn't. So I pull out the bits and pieces that come with the collection, and then I decide, you know what, my title is on the larger side. I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So the title is kind of tongue-in-cheek, a joke I make occasionally. My best friend is a hairstylist, and normally when she gets clients who give her cash tips, she turns them in at the end of the night and, for bigger bills. But sometimes she's just done. And so ends up with a bunch of 1s and 5s, like enough to pay for $100 worth of groceries in 1s and 5s. So when she lays them out on the register area, this is at Trader Joe's, sometimes she'll get kind of like a, Now, for those of you who've watched my videos before, you've seen my housemate. She is a woman in her 50s. She is a woman of size. So I always, not always, but I do sometimes make this joke of, don't worry, she's a stylist, not a stripper. I will only make it with certain people. Like, you can kind of tell the people that will laugh and the kind of people that will, try to call the police on you. So I only make it with people I think are the first. And sometimes, and most of the time they do laugh, but sometimes I'll kind of get a, huh? Didn't even get it. I'm like, well, you kind of looked like you didn't want to touch the money. And I, was, wondering if maybe that was the reason. I don't say that second part. I just kind of pretend I didn't say anything. All right, so I have pulled out some of the bits and pieces as well as a couple pieces of the chipboard. I pull out that animal print heart. I pull out a couple other circular die cuts. I pull out that mint floral piece down at the bottom along with the label journaling piece that is going to house my journaling. And then up in the upper left-hand corner, I've got that little flag piecey, that camera, and then the word killing it because, hey, when you get paid a lot of tips, you are killing it. All right, so I'm just adding extra glue to the chipboard pieces because everyone knows chipboard doesn't actually stick to the paper. The alphas I chose were Garden Grove, which is a foam with the gold on top, the gold foil, and then a bunch of the different mini stickers that come out with all the Paige Evans lines. I did add that thumbs up piece from the Kate and Ash thicker words and icons page. And now I'm just talking about the joke I make, and that occasionally she has a lot of cash. Well, she often has a lot of cash, but normally it's larger bills. All right, that was randomly random. Okay, all right, so I've gotten to the point where I am adding enamel dots. These are freckled fawn. I know that because they are not by color and because freckled fawn annoys me by putting them not in straight lines, but instead randomly strewn across the piece of acetate they're on, which just messes with the system I use to store my enamel dots, which is why it annoys me. All right, I'm actually almost done here. I'm going to add some Jenny B Blue mist in the 3 different embellishment areas. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could flick me a thumbs up, much like the one on my page, I would be eternally grateful, as it lets YouTube know you like my layouts. Oh, I added some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine in addition. All right, everyone, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.